Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, every single everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a guy with like a million wings, and he's on a chariot made of fire, but maybe he is the chariot. It's Gary Butterfield.
I'm from Bayonetta.
Ooh, so you're all that and tits.
I'm all that in a bag of tits, baby.
Hey, what's our energy? What's this energy? What are we doing?
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
Figuring out challenges week / philosophy week.
Yeah, we had a conversation right before we started recording about maybe this is the week where we challenge ourselves on Everything To Guppy.
Yes, I want to be more like Paul F. Tompkins.
Yeah, more Tompkins-like in all things.
Yes, so I shaved off my beard. I just have the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also recording this in a 3-piece suit, and it's swelteringly hot.
I've chipped out a little piece of my front teeth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gushing blood.
Yep. I lost a lot of weight in a way that is, unlike most people who lose a lot of weight, purely additive.
Yeah, truly flattering.
Yeah, because I've been watching old Mr. shows and
oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, Paul F. Tompkins. There's a couple chunky Paul F. Tompkins he looks better now.
Yeah, he looks better. Champion,
he also looks better with a mustache. That never fucking happens.
It's rare. It's extremely rare. He's friends with John Hodgman. Not the case.
Yeah, John Hodgman has a face that doesn't want anything on it. Like it's like a water repellent deck sealant, but for anything.
There's a very sweet chapter in Hodgman's latest book about how he views Paul F. Tompkins and his wife as like his surrogate parents.
Mm-hmm. He talked about that in a recent comedy thing I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very sweet.
So Gary, so far we've talked about LA comedians. Do you feel like you've challenged yourself at this point?
This seems like pretty well-worn territory to me.
We're in the groove. We're firmly in a groove.
The kind of autopilot I go into whenever I put on headphones is really hard to challenge myself with. But by the end of this week, you will believe a podcast can make you cry.
Ooh. I mean, maybe we could probably make one listener cry. We know enough about a couple of our listeners that we could probably make them cry.
Jeffy, she's never coming back.
Jeffy?
She's
gone.
She's gone.
Gary, do you ever think about the fact that the family circus is now drawn by Jeffy?
I'm thinking about it now for the first time.
Because Bill Keane retired, and Jeff Keane, a.k.a. Jeffy, is now the artist and writer of Family Circus.
I don't think about that, but I really wish it had changed. Like, what if the very first day that popped over,
he just beheaded Dolly?
Yeah, and they all started smoking.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that, like immediately. Like the quest to get cigarettes, and he's like walking all the way around town.
Well, I just wish that it was every single episode, or every single edition of it, I guess, was just something bad happening to PJ.
Yeah, boy. PJ. I also want to see that grandpa ghost exorcised.
Oh, yeah.
Like in a Beetlejuice fashion, like Death for the Dead.
That would be terrifying, Gary, but not as terrifying as ghosts.
And ghosts are a kind of angel. Seraphim, baby.
Segway King. Really. So far, Gary, I'd say we're really challenging the listeners.
Yeah. I believe I will make you cry. This is a good familiar.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a little angel, and it shoots Sacred Heart tears, so they do good damage.
Yeah, they move nice and slow.
Mm-hmm. They don't fire a whole lot, but they do 10 damage, which is 3 times your Isaac damage. So, like in a starting room, this can carry you for a couple floors.
Yeah.
But it's a familiar, so it's hard to aim. And you know, it's not that
weird.
exciting.
It doesn't contribute to the Seraphim transformation, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that's a really odd move. I mean, I guess if you own the thing, you can't transform into it.
I don't know if that's true. I could transform into, I don't know, a TV.
I'm thinking about it.
It would take some work.
Yeah.
You would have to like really, I'm using the phrase chop and screw a lot lately. You'd have to chop and screw me up pretty bad.
I think you could just chop you. I don't know if there's that much screwing going on.
I mean, how are you going to keep the chunks in place without some screws?
Magnets.
Okay, so boy,
surgery
Gary,
pus.
You ever think about just eating a big thing of magnets and then just letting it do what it's going to do?
You mean dying? because it kills you to do that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That is what Gary, you pierce the
You
veil.
ever think about dying? Yes, Will. Yes, I do.
All right. Okay, so far we've had LA comedians and suicidal ideation from Will.
Yep.
Are we challenging ourselves?
Jeffy, not only is she not coming back, but it's probably your fault if you think about it.
Yeah, Jeffy, if you think about it, all the things that drew you to her are the same things that repelled her from you.
Yeah. And at some point, you really have to think, Jeffy, was she into you or the idea of having a partner? Because I think it's probably the latter, and that's a big reason why she's never coming back. She can find a Jeffy in any town.
It's
somebody
true.
who just feels you're a universal tool, Jeffy.
Once the appeal of your flaws lost its novelty, and she realized there was nothing there worth fixing, she was on the next bus out of here, Jeffy.
At best, you were a fresh hell. That's literally all you could hope to be, but you'll never be paradise, Jeffy.
They
Never.
paved paradise.
Yep.
And put in a parking lot.
And that's probably where your ex-girlfriend is, blowing dudes. So, you know. Or ladies. She could be, maybe she's blowing clit now because you were such a bad lover and so bad at dickcraft that now she is blowing clit. She discovered something about herself.
Yeah, or just, she always knew that about herself, and she happened to
She felt bad for you.
Yeah, you were a road bump.
Yep. You got a couple of pity HJs behind the IHOP, but that's about all you get. So.
IHOPja? I was trying to...
International House of
Incorporating HJ into AIHOP feels like... It feels like there might be something there, but it also feels like it might be a trap.
Check this out. We'll stop the presses. If you wrote it out, the I, if you do that as a lowercase j, I think it'd make a visual pun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you're not driving right now, close your eyes.
Yep.
Imagine this is how we're challenging ourselves. This is becoming a meditation exercise.
Yep.
Take a deep breath in.
Tell me to breathe out.
Oh, breathe out, Gary. I forgot you're a broken robot.
Thank God. Tell me to breathe again. Quick.
Oh, shit. I have entered a bad social contract.
Quick.
I have to sleep at some point, buddy. Breathe in. I'm going to have to sense. Breathe.
More.
Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe out.
You'll believe a podcaster can die. I can't believe they released the week where he died, and then they did the rest of the episodes.
I'll put a note on there. Hey, folks, future Will here. Gary dead.
See if you can pick out the point where I killed him. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. You ever think about? I mean, like right now you're cohabitating. Have you ever lived alone, Will?
Yeah, it was the worst year of my life.
Did you ever think about
living in a shitty apartment in Chicago after I'd failed out of grad school, living off of my mom's money, doing nothing. Boy, really shitty year, Gary.
Do you ever think about? Seems pretty on brand so far. Do you ever think about if you died, how you'd be found?
Did you just say that was on brand?
No, I meant in terms of the running joke about challenging ourselves.
Okay,
telling me about a bad year after failing out of grad school is pretty on brand for Will. That was the implication.
Okay.
No, where's this offense coming from?
It's not offense. It's just a rough chuckle, buddy.
But you ever think about if you died in that apartment, how long it would take for somebody to find you? All that stuff.
No, I don't care what happens after I die.
I guess that's enlightened attitude.
Boy, is it, or is it just at the root of all the evils, the quiet, small evils I propagate with my life?
I can see arguments for both. I think a detachment to that kind of thing is good. I think about it as a fun, exercise, but not in a way I'm really concerned. Whatever the people who are still alive want to do with me is fine.
I could never, here's a weird philosophical thing about me. I don't think I could have a pet if I lived on my own. I don't think I could handle that full, the depth of that relationship.
It
So I
does
would
put
never-
a lot of pressure on the relationship.
Yeah, so I would never have to. So it's never a worry of, am I going to get eaten?
Yeah. I think if I got eaten, that would honestly be pretty all right. Because at least I'm out of use, as they say in Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I don't want to be of use. I want to be a hindrance.
Yeah. You've got to die as like a speed bump or something.
Gary, I would love to be a speed bump. Like
Yeah,
Gary, literally bury me in a road and put a speed bump over me.
I will.
On the highway.
Yeah, like somewhere where there should be no speed bump.
A place where a speed bump should never be.
Like a merging lane on a very fast highway. The burps have come from the seltzer water I'm drinking. That's the weird silences. Those are actually silenced burps.
Yeah. What is this a flavored seltzer water, Gary?
Hell yeah, it is. I've been turned on to the brand of seltzer water called Bubbly.
Okay.
And this is black cherry. Or not black cherry, sorry, blackberry.
Okay. That sounds what are they flavoring that with?
Let's find out. Let me see. Ingredients. Natural flavor, of course.
Yeah, boy, I'm still thinking about how you said it was on brand for me to have had that bad year.
Not to have the bad year. It was on brand for our podcast to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was bad. I lived in like a crappy apartment in Chicago. I didn't have Wi-Fi in my apartment.
Did you have internet at all or just?
No internet.
Oh,
so I spent my life bouncing between Starbucks and libraries and occasionally looking for work, but mostly just being so depressed and anxious that I never
played
did
Persona
anything.
games. Is that when you went through all those Personas?
In fact, is when I played.
I'm a junior
Persona 3 and
detective.
4.
How'd I crack the case?
You did it, Gary. You solved the case of my incredibly depressing 28th birthday.
I solved the case of the missing will to live.
That was good, Gary. I'll accept that as a pun on my name.
Thank you. I thought maybe you would. If people like this show, they can go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.
Yeah.
It's a great
I
place
haven't
to
pulled
be.
up the reviews. I got to pull up the reviews.
It's okay. I'll do this real slow. You can go there. You can join us on the Slack, like people do. We had a lively discussion today about the ethics of advertising.
Yeah, conversation on the Slack has been, I'll say, bad lately.
Don't take that personally, even if Will wanted you to.
Good caveat. Gary.
Yeah, I'll be the angel on the shoulder in the headphone for that one. But yeah, it's been real fun. You can come and talk to us. It has been a weird time in the Slack. There was like a day where it felt like every channel was talking about something that was the wrong channel for it.
Yeah.
There was like a weird planner chaos day where like the WAF channel was basically like all politics all day. And I was very surprised no one complained to me because usually that will happen. But it was just wacky Wednesday or something.
Yeah. I've got the reviews up.
There's also reviews like
this one from Mercantiliver.
Ooh,
5 stars. Hey, thanks.
Oh, thank you.
2 guys, 1 love. This podcast is hands down one of the best things to come out of the information revolution. 2 friends noshing about their lives, having a few laughs, and making a lot of loves. One of which is a game about an abused child killing Satan and his army of sentient poops with tears. Whether you're obsessively transcribing episodes of Monk, tacking and stringing up new scraps on your spurious correlation corkboard, or doing your best Gambit impression for a dining room full of stony-faced relatives, this podcast is a great thing to have droning in the background at 1/4 speed.
Oh, thank you.
That was a very nice review.
That's very sweet.
Thank you so much.
You'll believe a podcaster can cry.
Gary, don't cry. Gary, have you ever cried on a podcast?
No. I've gotten choked up before.
We can fix that bullshit right here.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I think that
Fat,
you and I are
piece of shit.
I think you and I are vulnerable enough to each other where if you took that challenge seriously, we might have to pull the ripcord. A few too many things about me. I've gotten, I think early on doing live shows and like having people be real nice did really affect me.
Oh yeah.
And now I still appreciate it intellectually, but the part of me
part's dead now.
The part of me that felt good died. So now it's just all bad. Good night.
Good night.
It's not new territory.
No, Gary, it's very old territory.
It's rerun week.